Welcome to the Socialette podcast, where we empower you with the marketing know-how you need to create the business of your dreams. I'm your host, Steph Taylor, and I'm a marketing nerd, Shiraz lover, and passport stamp collector. Join me as I dive into all things small business marketing and deliver them to you in bite-sized, fluff-free lessons every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Let's get learning. Hey, welcome to episode 54 of the Socialette podcast. And today we're looking at the first part of mistakes you're making with your Facebook ads. So the first 5 mistakes to be specific. I've split this one into 2 parts because there are a lot of mistakes you could be making with your Facebook ads. And I don't really want to skim over the surface too much. I want to dive quite deeply into each of them. So don't be too hard on yourself if you've made one of these mistakes. Most of us have at one point or another. So, I made so many Facebook ads mistakes when I was starting out. I wasted so much money learning how to do it properly. So really don't feel bad if you've made any of these mistakes or if you've wasted any money on Facebook ads so far. It's not too hard to learn how to do them properly. I'm running a free live training tomorrow night, 28th of August at 8 p.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time. I'll be sharing 5 simple steps to fast track your Facebook ad success, as well as some tips to avoid the common traps that waste your money. So head to stephtaylor.co/webinar to register for the free training. If you're listening to this after 28th of August, don't stress. You can still head to stephtaylor.co/webinar to pre-register for the next one so you don't miss out. All right, on to the mistakes. Mistake number 1, you're sending visitors to the wrong page. The page you send your visitors to should be a huge part of your strategy. It should be based on your goal, your ad content, and your audience. Make life easy for your customers, so don't force them to spend hours trying to find the exact product you advertised in your ad. If you're advertising a specific purse at 20% off and the visitor lands on your homepage, they're pretty likely to exit straight away because it's going to take them a long time to find that purse. The longer they spend browsing, the more time they have to reconsider their intent to buy. So basically, you want to make it as quick as possible for them to purchase. If they've never had contact with your brand before, consider sending them to a tailored landing page. Use this tailored landing page to introduce your brand, introduce the product, and to convince the customer to buy from you. Even if they are familiar with your brand, a tailored landing page can boost conversions. Facebook ads mistake number 2, you're not tracking your Facebook ad results. It's all well and good tracking the cost per click or the cost per engagement of your campaign, but these metrics only show half the picture. What does somebody do once they click out of Facebook and land on your website? Do they purchase? Do they stay on the page for 3 seconds then quit? Do they sign up for your mailing list? Do they add your product to cart but exit before they've checked out? If you're not looking at these metrics and not looking at what's actually happening on your website, you're leaving money on the table. Cost per conversion is one metric you definitely need to acquaint yourself with right now, and you also need to have Google Analytics set up so you can get a feel for what's happening more generally on your website. Spending $50 of your precious advertising budget on each sale of a $20 product won't get you anywhere very fast, except for maybe the bottom of your business check account. Perhaps campaign A is converting customers at $2 per product and campaign B at $100 per product. If you know these metrics, then you know that campaign B needs to be adjusted or switched off. So keep an eye on your numbers and know them back to front. Facebook ads mistake number 3. You're targeting a cold audience with a hard sell. Say you're running a Facebook ad promoting a $1,000 luxury dog bed. You set the ad audience to people who like dogs and who live in Australia. The audience for this ad have never been to your website. They have no idea about your brand. They have no idea who you are. For all they know, you could be a fly-by-night operator who's just going to rip them off and leave them hanging. Your product is quite expensive, so people want to know a little bit more about you. They need to trust you before they'll hand over their $1,000. Focus on building that trust first and advertising the product to your warm and hot audience. Mistake number 4, you haven't ventured past the boost post button. I talked about this a little bit in my episode the other day on the differences between boosted posts and Facebook ads. If you want more people to see, engage with, and share your post, then a boosted post is great. However, if you're wanting to increase conversions on your website, then a boosted post just isn't enough. You need to set up your campaign with a conversion objective. Or if you're wanting to drive more traffic to your website, you need to set up a campaign with a traffic objective. Basically, a boosted post isn't going to bring you that much closer to your goals. Mistake number 5, you're running a campaign for Facebook likes. Running a campaign for Facebook likes may be a really good way to stroke your ego, but it's not going to increase your sales. Back in the good old days, yeah, you could have had thousands of Facebook page likes and you'd know that most of these people would see your posts. These days, you'd be lucky if only a handful saw your post. Thanks to the Facebook algorithm, organic reach has all but kicked the bucket. It's partly a good thing because if it hadn't, our Facebook feeds would be full of rubbish. But what it means for you is that most people who like your Facebook page will rarely see your posts in their newsfeed. This makes Facebook page likes a vanity metric. Sure, it looks good and it sounds cool to be able to say you've got 10,000 Facebook page likes, but it doesn't really mean a whole lot anymore. You're much better off spending that budget achieving a more meaningful goal, like sales. That's it for part 1 of the mistakes you're making with your Facebook ads. Don't forget to register for my free live Facebook ads training at stephtaylor.co/webinar. It's going to be amazing and I can't wait to see you there. Hit subscribe to make sure that you don't miss out on part 2 of this episode. The rest of the big mistakes that you're making with your Facebook ads. There's a huge one in next week's episode that you probably aren't going to be expecting, so you definitely don't want to miss that. And if you're enjoying this show so far, I'd love it if you could please leave a rating and a review in iTunes or Apple Podcasts. Thanks so much. Catch you next time.